All right, well, it's only Monday, but we're already looking forward to the weekend. It's one of the best festivals in town this weekend. It's Ribfest. We're here at Wrigley Barbecue. They're one of the restaurants involved. Chef Mitch, how you doing here this morning? Thanks for having us. What place did you get in Ribfest last year?
Second.
Second place?
Yes.
What are you going to get this year?
First.
Let's find out. Open up this smoker. There's some brisket in there. It's cooking up. Ooh, oh, yeah. For a Monday morning, we're getting ready to go. We're going to cut this open. He's going to teach me the difference between the ribs, and a lot of fun coming up previewing Ribfest. Well, I just all of a sudden I'm standing next to the smoker, and I guess it's doing what it's supposed to, Chef, right? It's smoking.
Yes.
You got the brisket going in here. Can't beat brisket at Barbecue Fest. Barbecue, but it's called Ribfest, of course, so we got to talk about ribs, right?
Yes.
All right, so we mentioned last year you guys got second place, and that stings a little bit. But what are you guys working towards this year to make sure that you guys get first here?
Well, we have both ribs. So we have St. Louis and baby back ribs.
Okay.
So the difference between the two.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. So we're looking here, and these are two different kinds of ribs, right? All right, so which one is which? I couldn't even guess which one. Is this St. Louis here?
No.
Okay, well, good start.
All right, this is St. Louis.
All right.
It comes from the spare rib, which is from the belly.
Okay.
So it has a little bit more fat content. And as you see, the bones are a little flatter.
Okay.
Then,
So that's from the belly?
Yes.
So for diagram purposes, it's right here?
Yeah.
All right, a little bit more fat content, makes sense. All right, what are we looking at here then?
And so then we have the baby back.
Okay.
Comes from the backside of the rib.
I have some fat content still back there too, but...
Oh, there's still some fat
there's still,
content.
okay, yeah, okay, sounds good.
But it's just not as much.
All right.
Now, there's more curve to the bone. They both have about the same amount of meat.
All right, sounds good.
The bone sometimes a little bit smaller. It depends on the cut. We cut the tip off.
All right, so we could talk about this forever.
Sure.
How long does it take to cook these ribs on up?
3 hours for these, about 4 hours for these.
That sounds really good stuff. All right, so this weekend at Ribfest, how many racks of ribs are you making?
About 750 to 1,000.
1,000? How do you get prepared for that? I mean, it's a 3-day fest. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. When do you start prepping for this thing?
We've already started.
Exactly. You start cooking these things up, and people can come by. By the way, it's a $10 suggested donation. It's over at the intersection, that kind of 6-way intersection of Lincoln, also Irving Park, that sort of area. And Damon is where you're going to find the festival. People should come on out, right?
Yes,
See
absolutely.
how can they vote for you? How does it work?
Well, when you come in, you buy tickets, and they'll give you a voting ballot. If they don't, ask for one.
Right.
And then you try everybody's ribs.
Gotta do it.
And then make your vote.
Gotta try it. All right, we'll be voting on these in just a little bit. I don't know, St. Louis baby back? I don't really know. It's called Ribfest, but Mitch, you have other things that you serve there. Everyone does, right? There's brisket. I mean, you can't have a barbecue fest without brisket and pulled pork and that sort of stuff, right?
That is correct.
All right, go ahead.
We have brisket. We have pulled pork, and so here's the brisket.
All right, let's pull out the brisket here. How long do you smoke this for?
Well, depending on the size, we smoke it anywhere from 12 to 14 hours.
Okay, 12 to 14 hours, depending on how big it is. You'd use a dry rub, right?
Yes.
What's in the dry rub?
If I told you, I have to.
Okay, let's cut this thing on open. We got to show this thing off here. Here we go. All right, so he's cutting off from the ends there. Oh, look at that. What color are you looking for here?
Well, you're looking for... You've got your pink smoke ring, but you're basically looking for it to come out like that.
What do you put? Could you just serve it on its own or on a sandwich?
Oh, you can eat it. We serve it as a platter by itself or on a bun. Usually we chop it up or we slice it depending on how you'd like it.
So good. All right, you can come here to Wrigley Barbecue on Broadway, just south of Addison, to taste it for yourself, or go to Ribfest this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Nothing better than Father's Day than bringing your dad to Ribfest at the 6-corner intersection of Lincoln, Irving Park, and Damon. Guys, it's so good. Wait, can I take a bite?
Of course.
All right, I can take a bite. I'm bringing this whole thing back to you guys. Is that okay?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, he's not sure about that. All right, Mitch, which is your most popular sauce?
Memphis Sweet.
I'm going to try a little bit of that. That's good. What's your hottest?
Wrigley Fire.
It's this one.
Yes.
How much what do you got in this sucker?
100 habaneros and 20 jalapenos.
All right, if I take a little bit of that, can I do the weather report even if I have some?
I mean, I might need to get you some milk.
All right, let's try this on out. All right, it starts sweet. It's going to get, oh my God. It's going to get hot to the break. It's hot right now. Way more than ribs at Ribfest, and I got to ask you, Mitch. All right, let's just walk down the line. You got quite a spread here. Yeah. Let's start over here. What do we got?
Well, got the brisket sandwich, the brisket that we chopped earlier. You put Memphis sweet on there, and then we have some French fries, and then we have smoked jumbo whole wings, and these are our St. Louis ribs.
You know how you can tell that they're St. Louis ribs?
Oh.
Besides what you told me earlier, that they wither under heat. Like the Cardinals, they just got swept in the Blues. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get the joke? Yeah, okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Fried pickles,
Just have one of those. They're spectacular.
pulled pork.
And I put on the Carolina vinegar. That is, I think it's an underrated sauce that people don't go to.
Absolutely. And then we've got our rib sandwich with smoked Chicago Johnny's Jardinera.
Oh, yummy.
And then we've got our homemade cornbread, and those are our baby back ribs.
All right, so the baby back ribs, this is what you enter in the contest. You guys got second last year, you're hoping for first.
Yes.
So how can people find you at Ribfest? Where should they go? You got a big tent, I'm sure.
We do. They will have a map. We actually don't know our location just yet,
Secret.
but we will. They give you a map, you find us, you just smell.
Just smell it, exactly. $10 is all it costs to get into the Ribfest this weekend, 14th to the 16th. And making quick work of this spread here at Wrigley Barbecue. Plenty of heat on the plates. All right, my 4 words, a piece of advice, Krista, are eat more barbecue today.